Right, so freakouts, cool heads, and downright insanity. Today we are back for more of the world's wildest overreactions. Alright, first up, am I overreacting that my partner keeps getting so drunk that he wets the bed? And this one's already been locked and archived, so you know it's good. Alright, so I am honestly at a complete loss right now. We've been together for 3 years and he definitely struggles with alcohol addiction. That sucks. He has now started wetting the bed when he gets too drunk, and I feel like I'm nearing my limits at this point with his alcohol consumption and what it does to our lives. I mean, I'm a lightweight, so I get drunk very easily, so I've been very, very drunk a lot of times, but not once have I been so drunk that I've wet the bed, let alone doing it in bed with a partner of only 3 years. This is already a shit situation. A pissy situation.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. I can see it, I feel it.
Alright, he went to a wedding last night and I opted not to go because I don't want to be around him when he's partying. Again, already such a terrible sign. That just makes it so much worse, by the way. Like, not only does she not get the fun side of being there when he's drinking and partying, assuming that he is a fun drunk to be around, she just has to wait for him to get home, get into bed, and piss in it. And in fact, she's kind of implying that he's not fun to be around. Or maybe she just doesn't approve of the alcohol consumption, given he's probably an alcoholic. Anyway, I let him borrow my camper that I just bought a brand new mattress for so that he could spend the night there. Knowing that he's a bedwetter and that he's going out to drink, and giving him something with a brand new mattress for him to stay in after a night of partying is just a recipe for disaster. I mean, we haven't even read it yet, but we know what's going to happen. I've also been planning on selling the mattress because it's not quite the right size. Anyways, this morning I discovered that he had pissed all over the mattress last night. I was obviously upset, and the first thing he said was, "Hello, honey. Nice to see you too." I mean, to be fair, in that situation, it would be so awkward. Like, what else do you say? I guess you should probably start off by being like, "I am so sorry." But I can so understand that subconsciously you'd just be wanting to put it off and act like it never happened, just because it's such an awkward thing to have to address. And like, apologizing is just acknowledging it happened. But I guess you can't really just sweep a puddle of piss under the rug, can you?
He's cooking.
Which honestly feels manipulative to me. Like, you just ruined my brand new mattress. Of course I'm upset. This relationship is just littered with so many red flags already. Then when I told him that I was disappointed, he yelled at me and told me that he's disappointed in himself, so why would he want to hear that from me? This guy sounds like he's in a very dark place. I mean, obviously it goes without saying that he shouldn't have yelled at her, but like, this is a man that needs therapy. He's an alcoholic. He can't deal with the fact that he pisses the bed because he drinks, and he takes it out on his partner. Am I overreacting here? Is it wrong for me to be upset with him? Honestly, no. Tell him he needs therapy and just leave the relationship. In what world would you want to be with someone that you can't go out and drink and party with, pisses on your brand new things, acts like it never happened, and then yells at you when you bring it up? It's just sad. He's disappointed in himself, but what steps is he taking to address his issue to make sure this doesn't happen again? None. We literally have sheets still hanging to dry from last weekend when he wet our bed in the house. We've had so many conversations about steps to take, but he doesn't do anything. I mean, the therapy stuff is more long-term, and if you're not going to break up with him, surely short-term stuff like getting an adult diaper or getting like waterproof bed sheets is an absolute must. Surely he's not piss-soaking the mattress every week, is he? You don't want to be around him when he drinks, and instead of not drinking at an event, he's okay with you staying home. He obviously has an addiction and needs help, but unless he's willing to get help, you will always be less important than alcohol. Is that what you want your life to be like? These words are brutal daggers, but they're just true. Yeah, this one hurts. I mean, like, I feel like it's the truth that she just knows is true, and it's just like yeah, this is kind of what she was fearing the whole time. I did tell him I would go if he didn't drink, and he said he wanted to have a few. Yeah, I mean, if it's gotten to the point where he's picking drinking over her coming, this is a tough spot all round. Overall, definitely not overreacting. Needs to do more, and ultimately it's his responsibility. He needs to do more. Alright, next. Am I overreacting? My mother-in-law calls herself mummy to my daughter. Why are these posts so insane in this video? And we've got a bit of a mother-in-laws from hell crossover. Alright, so my daughter is just over 3 months old. Occasionally my mother-in-law watches her when I have things to do or needs a break. Okay, that's a good start. Mother-in-law helping out with the child. About to take a turn though. Lately she's been calling herself mummy when talking to my daughter. Why, when you're the grandmother, would you ever want that? Unless you wish you were the person that your son impregnated. Which sounds, by the way, absolutely insane and far-fetched. It's not. After this video, go watch the mother-in-laws from hell. It is way too common. Anyway, she does it in front of me and my husband at least once, and sometimes more, every time she visits now. That's so weird, doing it in front of the mum as well. Almost like a weird power play. And she always brushes it off like, whoopsie doodles, I'm so used to being called mummy, so I call myself that, haha. That I kind of can see. Like, if you've had at least one kid, maybe she's had more. She's had a lot of years of interacting with a baby, referring to herself as mummy in third person. So I actually can see this being a force of habit. Oh, well, here you go. But today she gave me a reason to doubt that. Here we go. So I called her over to come watch the baby whilst I took care of a house project that concerned chemicals. I took a shower afterwards because chemicals, what are they like? Can't escape them. They're even in your shower. So I went downstairs to grab some fresh clothing out of the dryer when I heard my mother-in-law talking to my baby in the other room, and she called herself mummy 4 times in a 3-minute conversation. Do you want mummy to play with you? Are you having fun with mummy? Are you being a good girl for mummy? This feels like I'm reading fan fiction. Why does this feel so uncomfortable to say? And mummy loves you. Yes, I do. She didn't know I was there, and she didn't even try to correct herself. That is a bit weird, and I think if she was saying grandmummy or whatever, or grandma, she probably wouldn't have said it this many times. Like, saying it this many times in a short period feels like she's trying to instill in the baby's mind that she is mummy. Very confusing for the baby and very weird. I asked my husband to help me navigate the situation because it's super weird, and frankly I think unhealthy for my mother-in-law to be playing out this fantasy delusion. He said to me, if it really bothers you that much, we can say something next time we hear her do it, which makes me wonder if I'm making a bigger deal out of this than it should be, but it feels like a big fucking deal. Am I overreacting? I mean, I think all of this is pretty fair. I think at the start, she was valid to be like, this makes you feel a bit uncomfortable and a bit weird. But overhearing that thing is very odd. Saying to her husband, like, next time we hear this, can we say something about it, is perfectly valid. Again, a very reasonable reaction. You are correct. You are mummy. Ask your mother-in-law what she wants your baby to call her. Is she okay with grandma or nana? What would she like? Then start using it and insist that the grandma does too. Fair. You know, I know a lot of times it's going to be the weird, like, competitiveness between the mother-in-law and the wife. And this weird idea that the mother-in-law is jealous of the wife because she's kind of replacing the husband's mother. But I wonder how often this is down to the fact that people don't like acknowledging that they're aging. Like, how many times do you see someone on social media just in complete denial that they're getting older? And to be honest, who can blame them? Who actually wants to age? So I can imagine someone who feels internally like, oh, I'm not that old. Like, I'm not an old person. Deep down, I still feel like a young adult and all that kind of stuff. I can imagine them really not wanting to be referred to as grandma or grandpa. It's just like a constant reminder that you are in fact old. But then still, getting your 3-month-old to refer to you as mummy rather than grandma is not the way to cope with that. This is the winning approach, yes. Give this woman a special name, all her own. Pin that special name to her with an affectionate determination that leaves the woman in no doubt that her relationship with your child is not mummy. Melt it away. That is your approach. That's such an ominously written comment from a deleted user. It's like something a witch would say in a Charles Dickens novel. If you call yourself mummy to my daughter ever again, she will know you as the grandmother she and I never see. You're cool. See, this, I think, would be possibly valid, but a slight overreaction. I feel like there's at least one serious conversation before you get to the point of threatening to remove them from their life forever. But maybe they are underreacting by waiting until they catch it again. Maybe they need to get serious and just nip it straight in the bud. Either way, not overreacting. All right, next. Oh, look, another absolutely insane one. Am I overreacting? I, a 26-year-old female, discovered my boyfriend, a 25-year-old male, is subscribed to my cousin on OnlyFans. I know it's in the post, but referring to women as females, being on Reddit, and speaking about OnlyFans is overwhelming me with incel energy. How did I go from being a lawyer to this? Oh yeah, because it's fun and I love the drama. And hopefully you guys too. And if that's the case, please smash subscribe down below. It'd be very much appreciated. And then when my parents are like, why the hell do we put you through 5 years of law school? I can be like, look at this big number. This is all people that are saying I made the right decision. Please become one of them. All right, let's get back to the post. So on Saturday, my boyfriend of 5.5 years turned on his PC and I saw a nude picture. He promised me it was from years ago off of a porn website. Who downloads still images from porn websites and looks at them years later? I did tell him it makes me feel uncomfortable with him having photos saved to his PC of women, so I asked for him to delete it. To which his response was, there's no way I can find that. It's so deeply hidden in my computer, it would take me hours to find it. That is so weird. How many weird subfolders has he got to hide his weird porn collection? And let's be real, if he's gone to those lengths to hide them, he knows exactly where they are. This is super sketchy to me because wouldn't you save those photos to be able to quickly go back and check them And why save them? Why not just hop on the hub? All very valid questions. Some might even ask why he needs the hub when he's got a girlfriend. But she seems kind of chill with that, so each to their own. Anyway, so this is what led me to go through his phone. Yikes. I just knew that picture was of someone he either knew or an OnlyFans girl. He had his OnlyFans signed in on his Safari. Okay, I mean, accessing adult content that's on the internet is one thing, but subscribing to an OnlyFans is so personal. Like paying a specific person to see specifically their content. And I'm pretty sure part of the features of the app is that like you can interact with that person.
What? Nah, I never knew that.
That is a very crazy thing to be doing in a relationship. Anyway, he had his OnlyFans signed in on his Safari, and I saw he was subscribed to my cousin. Oh my god. So not only has he got this personal thing, but it's with someone that he knows personally. I mean, I know people draw the line in different places for what constitutes cheating, but this has got to be very close, even for someone with very lax boundaries. My cousin posts twerking vids on TikTok, and he said her OnlyFans was purely a scam, and it was only the vid she posted on TikTok. And he said he did not see any of her naked body. Even if she doesn't post anything that she doesn't post on TikTok, why is he subscribed to find out? Why is he looking there? It sounds like he was disappointed as well. Like using the word scam. Like, yes, I'm subscribed to OnlyFans, but it's a massive scam. It's literally just her TikTok videos. I didn't even see any coochie. $3.99 it cost me, and barely a boob in sight. Fuming. He swears he never jerked off to her. This conversation must have just been awful. The things I would do to be a fly on the wall. The fact that he thinks that's some sort of defense as well. This man, seriously, he needs some self-control. He really does. He swears he never jerked off to her, but I'm so heartbroken and disgusted I broke things off with him. Honestly, good. This man is way too horny for his own good. To be in a relationship for 5.5 years and still be this down bad, it is embarrassing. Pull yourself together, man. This was the man I wanted to marry. Also, lady, pull yourself together. Seriously, bring your standards up. You deserve better than men who subscribe to your cousin's OnlyFans. We are working on building a house together. Is this forgivable? Oh my goodness, I completely forgot that they were 26 and 25 as well. I was imagining this was like a young, dumb teenage relationship. Like, this sounds like a guy who's just discovered sex and adult content and is so like caught up in it all and so overwhelmed by it all that they don't really think about what they're doing. And they haven't matured into a place of self-control yet. It is absolutely insane that a 25-year-old man is behaving like this. Honestly, as a 26-year-old woman, you should be looking for someone a lot more mature. Especially if you're planning on marrying, having kids and building a house with a guy. Oh, I'm attaching 2 photos here. They're both proof of him subscribing to my cousin. He said he only subbed once for 3 months and it auto-renewed for another 3 months. The dates aren't exactly 3 months apart. Is he lying to me? So subscription in May and then in August. Oh, but they aren't exactly 3 months apart, so maybe it didn't auto-renew. May 13th to August 17th, yeah. Maybe it would have auto-renewed on the 13th and on the 17th he manually renewed it. Oh man, that makes it so much worse that he didn't just subscribe once, that he subscribed twice after a 3-month period as well. Also, if he resubscribed, there is no way it's just the content that was on her TikTok. Otherwise, what is he subscribing for? This man has seen something he likes from his girlfriend of 5 years cousin. This whole thing, this is mental. Also, yeah, saying that the subscription has expired on both of these. That is not the wording you'd have if it was on auto renew. And as well, he's got another OnlyFans creator subscription expiring above it. This guy is crazy horny. No, I mean, this is just not an overreaction at all. I mean, the behavior itself is gross, creepy and weird, but the way he's defending himself rather than being like, you know what, I'm sorry, this is really weird, I'm gonna stop and get help for my addiction, really just doubles down on the fact that he's immature and not ready for a relationship. No accountability, no hints that he's going to change. You were right to get out of there. Alright, last up. Am I overreacting? My girlfriend won't stop swapping out my real groceries with small versions of the items. What the hell does that even mean? It's basically what the title says. I still don't know what that means. But the weird part is, she won't ever admit that it's her. She sort of looks at me and pretends to be confused when I confront her. Basically, every few weeks I come home and some of my groceries are missing and replaced by miniature plastic versions of themselves. Coming home from work and looking forward to a Coca-Cola. Oh great, my Coca-Cola is gone and there's a miniature plastic version. This is so bizarre. This is just a hilarious prank, surely. Like, this The girlfriend just got a great sense of humour. Break something small and need to tape it back together? Oh good, miniature duct tape. I wonder how permanent it is. Like, once he's like, oh haha, there's a tiny plastic duct tape where the duct tape was. Give me the real stuff. If she's like, I got you again and then swaps them, that's fine, that's funny. But what if she's like, I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. That is the duct tape. That's always been the duct tape. At that point, you'd start losing your mind. Because even if you were like, this is a hilarious joke and I'm loving the bit, I do need the duct tape. Make eggs and want some Tabasco? Oh great, miniature Tabasco. You get the point. Kind of funny, but pretty annoying too. Well, there's your first underreaction. Kind of funny. It's absolutely hilarious, but also infuriating. So far, all fair play. Clearly my girlfriend thinks it's some sort of funny prank or practical joke. But the thing that's weirding me out is that she never acknowledges that it's her. This woman is hilarious. Even when I start to get genuinely upset or frustrated, she insists that it's so strange that random objects are shrinking in our home. Maybe when you're starting to get genuinely upset or frustrated, maybe that's when it starts to get a bit weird. Like once you're at the point where you're like, okay, the joke's worn off, this is clearly not funny anymore. But a part of me admires that she's keeping up the bit. This all accumulated to last night. Last night I came home and I've been craving something sweet all day. So I started baking blueberry muffins, my genuine favourite treat for myself. I get everything together, preheat the oven, and I'm about to start making the batter when I open the cabinet and oh look, the flour is gone and replaced with a miniature bag of flour. Haha, so funny. I immediately call her and ask her where she put it, but she keeps on playing dumb. I start making a slightly bigger deal about it, like, look, I went to the store to get fresh blueberries. I've been looking forward to this. Can you please tell me where the flour is? But she won't drop the act. Like, what the hell? Yeah, at this point, I'm starting to be on his side. Before we ended the call, she slyly dropped, as if you need more muffins, and hung up. She fat-shamed him as well. What the hell? No, you know what? Getting weirder from her. I haven't called her back yet. Oh my god, he's mid-row, absolutely blood boiling, and he's written this. So we haven't talked in over a day. I'm pretty mad at her over this. I went out of my way to do something special for myself, and she wouldn't drop the act when I made it clear I was genuinely upset. Yeah, not knowing when to end the joke and when to be serious. Kind of a shame because she seems absolutely hilarious. Reddit, I know this sounds insane. The whole situation is insane, to be honest, but I'm genuinely considering breaking up over this. She clearly doesn't take my needs seriously. Do you guys think I'm overreacting? Again, I think it's the immediate jump to something extreme. There needs to be a conversation beforehand being like, look, I know you find this joke hilarious and I bet you find it even funnier when I get genuinely stressed and worked up about it. But there are times when the joke goes on for way too long. It's genuinely upsetting me and maybe we need some sort of like code word. Like I'll say the word blueberry muffin just to let you know like I'm really just not in a place to deal with this. And that way she can continue doing her joke thing, but if there's a time when he's like, I really can't take this, he can make that very clear. And then if you've made it clear that it's important to you and she still doesn't respect your wishes and she's prioritizing this weird joke over your genuine happiness and well-being, then that's grounds for a breakup. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. What do you guys think? Ooh, update. Turns out it was my brother playing a prank on me. He saw it in a TikTok. No way. So it wasn't her all along. No wonder she was so good at sticking to the bit. She genuinely had no idea. That is so funny. My girlfriend apologized for a snide comment about the muffins, but suggested that I've been gaining a lot of weight lately and was annoyed that I'd been pointing the finger at her. That is such a hilarious twist. I did not see that coming at all. Well, it's a good thing he didn't break up with her before finding out. And on a similar note, please don't finish this video without hitting subscribe down below, especially if you don't want to miss the next installment of the Am I Overreacting saga. Thank you for watching and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.